Welcome back. Hello. How are you feeling? Don't worry, it's okay. I don't remember either. Over there.
Hey, what's going on guys? Arekkz here and welcome back to Code Vein. I cannot believe I am actually finally saying this. The last time I brought you guys some gameplay for this was back in 2017. The game since then went dark and honestly I was super worried they were going to announce at some point that they just cancelled it, but I am so happy to say the game is still alive and kicking, and the new demo that I played is packed full of changes. It runs much better. It is super smooth. There is so much more content that's been added. There's so many new things that I want to talk about. So in this video, I'm going to give you guys a chance to watch a ton of different gameplay, but there's also a fair amount of cutscenes in it. So we're going to kind of talk in between different sections. I don't want to talk over the narrative stuff because story in Code Vein is actually really important for these kind of types of games. Often you find the story is told more in the background, but in Code Vein, it is very much in the foreground. It's something that you will experience throughout. So we're going to watch some cutscenes, and then when we dive back into the gameplay, I'm going to talk to you guys about some of the new systems.
It seems everyone, everywhere, is thirsty. There is a spring that will cure that thirst, one that weeps tears of blood. That's what they said, anyway. This way. It's all right. It's all right. So, it is you. Here. This is for you.
A new spring and a fresh source of labor. Ha ha! We really hit the jackpot. Get up. It's time for a bit of fun.
your feet. We're about to go hunt for blood beads. Hurry up and get ready.
You're awake then? Whoa, keep it down. Your friend just fell asleep. So, what happened to your masks? Forgotten about those too, have you? I'll tell you whatever you want to know, but first, go back there and put on a purifier mask.
Number 3 and 4, newcomers too. Time to work. Check your gear and come up.
Looks like the folks upstairs want you. Well, they can wait, can't they? More importantly, that mask suits you. Without those things, we Revenants will join the ranks of the Lost in a flash. So be careful.
This one's dry. The miasma's pretty thick. Damn it! We're running out of time before the next collection.
Everything's ready.
Right. I'm on my way. All dried up. Just like the others.
Yeah, all dried up. So there's no sense in searching with the miasma like this. Let's...
You know what these are, right?
Blood beads, right?
Yes, very good. Now I want you to search for blood beads in the tunnels ahead of here. You see, it's only a short time before the collectors come to take our levy. But once they do, I'm afraid we won't have any blood beads to give them. If we don't find some, Silva's hounds will strip the shirts right off our backs. Well, that's the long and short of it.
Why does it have to be us?
Don't ask me. The stupid levy system was Silva's idea. If you have a complaint, I suggest you take it up with him.
You lot go first. Get to work.
Don't. There's a better time and place. For now, we just have to obey.
Next!
Whoa there. You wait here with us. You can have this one back when you return. In exchange for any blood beads you find, of course. Oh, and I hear the hunter has been showing up around here lately. So make sure you don't all get killed.
You heard him. Move it!
Ouch! Hey, you okay? It looks like we can't get back up from here. We'll have to look for another way back. Oh, I'm Oliver Collins, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Alright, so back into gameplay, chance for me to actually sit and chat to you guys without kind of talking over the story. So, as mentioned, story is of course incredibly important in these kind of games. If you guys don't know what Code Vein is, by the way, it is often described as quote-unquote anime Dark Souls, in that it is one of those games that is brutally difficult. You're going to die a lot. You go around and when you kill things, you generate or you kind of accrue a currency, which in Code Vein is known as haze. And in typical Dark Souls fashion, if you die, you lose that, but you can go back to your body's location, recollect that, and that is a currency that you use to upgrade. It's going to become incredibly important, and it's something you will use throughout the game. So, while it's not just a Dark Souls clone, and as I've said in the previous video that I kind of spoke about way back when I played the game in 2017, this is more than just an anime skin on Dark Souls. It's a really cool game, it's definitely very unique in its own manner, but some of the underlying core sort of gameplay components do have parallels with the Soulsborne series. But anyway, that aside, way back when I played the game a while ago, back then it was very, very early on. It was a super alpha build. It ran a little bit rough, but now it runs incredibly smoothly, and they've actually made quite a few changes to the way the game plays. They've changed some of the systems. So to kind of go over some of those things, one of the first things I want to talk about are blood codes. Now, this is essentially one of the ways that you can tailor the way that you play. Selecting different blood codes will effectively influence the abilities that you have. So, for example, when I started playing through this demo, there were 3 to choose from. There was Fighter, Ranger, and Caster. Fighter is like your melee focused setup, but of course you have melee abilities. Ranger is obviously for, firing and attacking from a distance, and Caster, as you would imagine, is your magic ability. But then when you get to the end of this demo, you do actually unlock more of them. There's Berserker, which is kind of more like a heavy tank one. You have a lot more armor, a lot more defense, but you have fewer points. So when it comes to using your skills, your gifts, you are a little bit less flexible. So it's definitely more so one that if you want to lean more into your weapons, that's the one for you. You then have other ones like the Prometheus, which is quite fast attacking. You have the Thoth, you have the Asset, and these are just a few of them. There will be more of these in the full game. I don't know how many. They haven't kind of given us an accurate number, but the point is there's going to be a lot of different blood codes to choose from. However, one of the really exciting things, one of the really interesting things is that you can actually inherit skills from different things. So take the Caster, for example. You would typically use the Caster because you want to go and use some of the magic skills, i.e. things like fireballs or, electric explosions, different things like that, any of the sort of ranged projectiles. But if you use it enough and you unlock them, you then unlock the ability to inherit those skills into other blood codes. So then you can suddenly get to a position where you're a hunter who can use Caster abilities, or you're a Caster that can use melee hunter abilities. So suddenly you get to this position where you can, take this broad selection of blood codes and augment them further to create these really, really powerful setups. Now in this game, skills are referred to as gifts. They're the things you see in the bottom right corner of the screen. They are your abilities. They consume a resource known as Ichor, so that's the number next to your skills, and this fills up when you hit enemies, and it can also be recharged when you use items like Ichor Concentrate, or you use your Drain move. Now the Drain move is of course a really cool thing as well. This is something you would have seen in the original trailers. They come in different forms. Sometimes you have the claw in your hand, sometimes you have the scorpion-like tail, sometimes you have the twin-headed dogs, and there are more of those this time. But this time around, they actually kind of tied more so to the armor that you equip. So depending on the sort of the jackets you put on, that will actually influence your abilities, and they look incredibly awesome. And there's also like a parry mechanic to it. You guys know me, I'm definitely not the parry showcase guy, but I did learn to do it during this gameplay. We'll speak more about that a little bit later. But yeah, they're really cool. But of course, as you play through the game in traditional manner, you collect haze, you farm your haze, you then go back to the mistle, which in this case is essentially your bonfire. This is where you can then go to spend your points. You can go and level up. You can acquire and inherit new gifts. So obviously, if you have selected a particular blood code, you can unlock new gifts, new skills that you can then use. And again, if you use them and you unlock them enough and you use them enough and build enough affinity with them, you can then inherit them into other blood codes. So there's a lot of cool things you can do there. Obviously also from these mistles you can access your storage, you can teleport, you can save. There's a lot of things you can do as you would kind of expect from this. But in terms of setup, obviously playing through the game, it runs so smoothly now, because I mentioned before that when I played it back in 2017, it had quite a few frame drops and whatnot, because obviously that was an early alpha build, but it's nice to say that it is running very, very smoothly now. And if you guys haven't seen the character creation, I will link a video down below that I put up at the same time as this one. Character creation in this game is so in-depth. There are so many options you can choose from. Unfortunately, there are no beards, but there are still so many options you can mess around with, so I have been very impressed with just what you can do with the character creator. Now, for the gameplay you're seeing here, for the most part, I'm going to let you guys watch the rest of it, because as mentioned, there are more cutscenes, there's more stuff going on. This is basically an area where I can kind of run through till there's a fixed endpoint. There's like a boss I have to fight at the end, who isn't necessarily too challenging at the moment, but for those of you that like play these games and gravitate more towards these games because of the difficulty, trust me, there's a lot of challenge in this, because at the end of this demo section, you then get the opportunity to jump to like a post-demo part where I got to explore the hub, so we got to sort of see where you would then go in between missions, in between adventuring. You would go there to buy items, to upgrade your items. You can upgrade your weapons. You can transform your weapons. There's lots of cool things you can do from there. But then also from the hub, you get access to essentially this end game area, which is kind of like this sort of dungeon with multiple paths that leads to multiple different bosses. And you have to go through and defeat those bosses in order to get keys to unlock the door to a final boss. And let me just tell you, when I had a chance to go there, and you'll see a little bit of that at the end of this gameplay, I was not ready. I was not leveled up anywhere near enough. The enemies that I fought in this part that you're seeing right now, that I killed quite quickly, I went into that section thinking I would be playing the same way, and I was so mistaken. They slapped me around, I died many times, as you will see at the end. I will not hide my deaths in a game like this. I will cut them together so you can enjoy the pain and suffering that I went through. Point is, there's a lot of challenge to it, there's a lot of cool things to go after, and this is obviously barely scratching the surface. So, a lot of fun to be had. I really enjoyed it. I was already looking forward to this game way back when I played it back in 2017, so the fact that it's still slated supposedly for a 2019 release, then yeah, I cannot wait. I had a great time playing it, and I just definitely cannot wait to jump in and play even more. Anyway, that's enough rambling for me for the time being. I'll leave you guys with a chance to watch this. This will play up until the boss battle. We'll defeat that boss, and then I'll show you a little bit of the post-campaign stuff, or the, not post-campaign, the post sort of demo stuff, where you can see the hub and you can see the ultra difficult area, and of course after that, then hopefully we'll be back with some more gameplay at some point in the future. This is definitely a game that I do want to cover, I do want to be playing through, so once we do get close to launch, you can expect more gameplay on the channel. Once I do actually get hands-on with the game fully, then you can definitely expect to see a lot more videos from us. But for the time being, that's enough rambling. Hopefully you enjoy this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you have any questions, by all means ask away, but otherwise, enjoy the rest of this.
It's too cramped. Wow. Oh, didn't they pass us earlier? Are you okay? Did you get hurt? That could have gone better. I'll catch up with you in a bit. Don't worry about me. I'll be alright. Go on. You just focus on finding some blood beads, alright? That girl is waiting for you.
Are you a fellow explorer? It appears you're alone. I'm on my own at the moment too, but I was hoping for a partner for the path ahead. What do you say? Would you mind working together? At least until we're through here? Don't worry, I'm not gonna stab you in the back. The miasma and the Lost here are enough trouble as it is. Thanks a lot. I'm glad to work with you. I'm glad your heart's okay. Wait, how did you... Enemy up ahead. Stay sharp. Let's move to somewhere more open. I expected that to be harder. I'm glad that's recovered. That's quite valuable. Let's use it well. What do we have here? Wanna head down? Could that really be? Could you fill me in on the details later? It's Strange to see a cave connected to a building. What do we have here? That's quite valuable. Let's use it well. Don't lose your footing. Enemy above the This lake was formed from a hole created by a thorn of judgment. Lovers of not good enough. That went quite well. Back on the surface again. Good. That's light from the surface. Once someone is lost, they can never come back. Cast aside your doubt. Now, where to get started? She's all right. By the way, both of you,
All revenants must pay a levy. There are no exceptions.
a vestige. Best to stay away from those stones. Anyone who touches them is defiled, transformed into the lost. Don't listen to their whispers.
Someone has to be sacrificed. Without blood beads, we won't make it.
Once she's settled down, let's get out of here.
Someone has to be sacrificed.
Wait, what are you... Let go! It'll swallow you up!
It's all right. You can do it.
What the hell?
Please, let us keep them just this once. We won't make it if you take them.
All revenants must pay a levy of blood beads. There are no exceptions. Sorry.
Daddy! Mommy!
Someone has to be sacrificed. Without blood beads, we won't make it.
The few humans that remain are under Silva's control. Wandering revenants like us are forced to hunt for blood beads or face death. Even if some revenants must be sacrificed for our survival.
Well, I guess you reap what you sow, right? Well, that's all right. What's important is that at least one of us makes it.
This is a memory echo. It's a place where lost recollections still wander. Come, let's move on. If you use that stairway, I believe it should take us back to the world outside this memory.
Is this the past of one of the lost? No. There's no way. What the hell was that?
It was a memory, carved into that vestige by the one who left it behind.
I didn't expect that I'd get dragged into it too.
We both melted into you.
I can't believe this. What a power. Come with me. I know a spot where we can rest. I'm Louis. I'm researching blood beads. Nice to meet you. Ugly, isn't it? The red mist showed up a short time after the Queen was defeated. And when it did, it trapped everyone and everything inside, giving birth to the Society of Revenants ruled by Silva. The Jail of the Mists. As time passed, that was the name people gave to the world inside. The creatures trapped inside the miasma wander in a never-ending cycle of death and rebirth, always searching for blood beads to sustain them. Revenants need to have blood. Without it, they turn into those creatures we call the Lost. The Revenants who captured you were desperately searching for blood, terrified of losing themselves. It's a common fate these days. But ripples are beginning to form. You cleared the miasma and revitalized the blood spring. Where did you learn to do that? You've forgotten? Anything you do remember? That's unusual, losing so much of your memory. I suppose it was the same for her. Did you go visit Murasame and weapons? And you should take an once you've got.
I've got just about anything you could want. If you want it, I got it. Come again soon.
Oh, good timing. I've got everything set up now. What do you need? Thanks to everyone's hard work, I can buying something? What do you want to upgrade? Okay, take care then.
Hey, I'm just visiting. I'll lead the way. Just tell me where we're going. Don't be overeager. Come back immediately if you sense danger. Understood?
Let's keep our eyes open, all right? Checking your equipment? I'll keep watch then.
No harm in being prepared.
see, shall we? Take him down.
Thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to check out some more awesome stuff from us here at Arekkz Gaming, then you should definitely try to catch 269 and Paradise Central streaming 6 days a week. You can find a link to the multi-stream in the description box down below. They play a wide range of games, and what's more, we also have the Endgame store. By watching their streams, you earn currency, and you can redeem that currency on the Endgame store for really cool prizes. Those can range from things like games, comics, and figures, all the way up to controllers, capture cards, and even consoles. So definitely drop by and become part of the community. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure you're subscribed and be sure to click on that little bell icon to turn on notifications so you don't miss our next upload. You can watch more videos by clicking on the options here. But once again, thanks very much for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.